I've been killing this shit. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been cooking that shit, now they fucking with this. Yeah, I've been killing this shit. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single.
I started training when we were in COVID, so it was something for me to do during that time. As soon as fights were back on, I just put my hand up and didn't stop fighting. I was winning, state championships. Before I knew it, they asked me to go to nationals. But about mid last year, they were like, "Hey, this is the pathway to the Olympics. Do you want to give it a crack?" And I was like, "But yeah, let's go." Boxing is definitely probably one of the most challenging things I've ever done in my life. I think there's just so much value in doing hard things in your life. I'm a Cook Islander, proud Cook Islander, and it goes back to my ancestors, to my family, and that warrior blood, that warrior spirit really runs deep in all of us. It feels like I want to make the people that matter to me most proud. My name is Tiana Echegre. I'm the 54 kilo Australian champion. I box out of No Quarter Boxing Gym in Alexandria.
You're Olympics bound?
Yes, big deal. Qualified last year at the Pacific Games, so won gold at the Pacific Games, and that's what we had to do to qualify, which was awesome. Probably the most nervous I've ever felt in my life, but the most relief to win, honestly. It was the best, so I have to get through it.
Yeah, so obviously touch on more about, I guess, that experience, what was the road like getting to that point, and kind of what's your journey been like thus far in boxing?
It's been full steam ahead, honestly. Since I started fighting, I haven't stopped. It's just been full on. I started training when we were in COVID, so it was something for me to do during that time. Kept focused, kept busy with training and just learning the craft, the fundamentals. As soon as fights were back on, I just put my hand up and didn't stop fighting. Before I knew it, I was winning, state championships, novice state championships, and then there was a state titles event. Before I knew it, they asked me to go to nationals. And winning nationals was probably my biggest achievement, because I didn't realise how big of a deal it was. When you win nationals, all these sort of doors start opening for you. You start getting more opportunities, being asked to fight overseas. So things just have this snowball effect.
Yeah.
Everything just sort of started happening before I could even realise it was happening. Yeah. And then the end of last year, or about mid last year, they were like, "Hey, this is the pathway to the Olympics. Do you want to give it a crack?" And I was like, "But yeah, let's go."
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. How could I not give it a go? 30 years old, so this is kind of my last crack at it, and why not give it a proper go at it and go to the pinnacle of amateur boxing? It's a massive deal.
My name's Anthony. I own No Quarter. I'm a boxing coach for New South Wales and Australia. Tiana came to me after lockdown 1 and had her first fight in April 2021.
Awesome. Obviously, she hasn't been in the sport that long.
No.
Yeah, how have you seen the growth in her?
She's a real talent. But a lot more of it has to do with her work ethic. I only have to tell her to do something once, and she doesn't. She'll go back and work on it. We'll get together. There might be some tweaks that need to be made, but it's all her own work.
If you can compare her to, I guess, anyone else that you've trained, you kind of, where does she sit?
The first Olympian I've trained, so that in itself is huge. I've trained a lot of other people that have been very, very good, but have been sidetracked by work, life, family, relationships, staying in and out of trouble and all those kinds of things. But Tiana's the most dedicated one I've come across.
This Olympics, there's been a lot more Australians qualified. What's the vibe like in the Australian team?
Honestly, we're such a close team. We're all very different. I feel like we're all walks of life, but we gel so well, and because all of us got through together and we spent so much time together last year, I think it was made the feeling even better, if I was the first up to qualify, and that was I felt a lot of pressure. I was like, oh shit, you know, they're not lose, you know, like I better start the was all rolling into a way, and then you know, make everyone follow suit. And it ended up being that way. Everyone was just like qualified, and like I can't even explain the feeling of the whole team was just fuzzy, and we're just so happy for one another, and I'm happy to see all of us succeed. You know, like we saw each other work so hard last year, and really put everything into it.
Coach says that one of the best students he's ever trained, or athletes he's ever trained, coached.
He never told me that.
Yeah. He said he puts it down to, I guess, that you take a lot of information in well, and you're really dedicated, and I guess you only need to be told once. What do you put that down to?
It probably has something to do with me starting a bit later. I'm not sure I would have been able to do it when I was like 20 years old. Some of the people on the team are like 21, and I don't think I would have had the emotional like maturity to get punched in the face and be okay with it. You know, like you have to keep your composure, keep calm in the chaos that is in the ring. So I think I'd sort of like lived a life. I'd been through a lot of things already at that time, and boxing is definitely probably one of the most challenging things that I've done in my life, and that's probably what's kind of stuck me to it, and why I wanted to hang around, because I think there's just so much value in doing hard things in your life, you know, like it teaches you humility and how to get through adversity and medicines, like it's
Resilience.
so much resilience. Like it teaches you all those things without even you realizing it, you know. You just kind of, you're training because it feels good, and before you know it, it's instilling all these really good behavioural habits, and it's changing life. You know, you're getting up early, you stop going to the pub, you like stop hanging around with the right people, and you're eating the right foods, and you're feeling better. So like, why would I want to stop doing that? Like, it was just having an awesome effect on my life, and also the people around me too. Like before I knew it, was kind of bigger than myself, and it was impacting everyone else around me, my family, my friends, and it's like, I've got to keep going because it's inspiring people around me too. Like, I've got to keep at it, got to see how far I can really push it, and you know, show myself enough respect to fulfill my own potential.
You know, part of Engage and what we're about is, you know, we believe everyone, we're all fighters. You know, it's a campaign that we've run, and something that we talk about, whether it's, you know, we're all fighters means a lot to a lot of different people, you know, whether it's you know, just getting up and going for a run to stay healthy and fit, whether it's a job promotion, whether it's you know, a love that we're chasing. Everyone's fighting for something. What do you fight for?
Question. I think initially it was myself. I started because I was in just a bit of a rut in my life. I was doing started a really mediocre, underbilling job, I would say. Like, I was kind of just living life a bit aimlessly, and I found myself not happy with Xanby. I wasn't happy with the people I was hanging around with, and the sort of direction I was in my life. So I just knew that I had to like do a good 180 in my life and do something different. I met some people in sport that really inspired me, some women in the sport that really like sparked my curiosity, and I've always been a curious person. I think it's become so much bigger than myself now. Like now it feels like I want to make the people that matter to me most proud, you know. Like I want to do my mentor crowd, my family as well. Like they're a massive supporter of me, and particularly in my culture. Like I'm a Cook Islander, proud Cook Islander, and you know, it goes back to my ancestors, to my family, and like that warrior blood, that warrior spirit really like runs deep in all of us. And I went actually back to Rarotonga recently, and one of the outer islands in the Cook Islands called Mulcair, and we had a family reunion there. We you know, it gave me some time to really like connect with that side of Xana, being back in a few years, and to sort of see where I am now with boxing, and like have that sort of affirmation, you know, just to be like, yeah, this is some characteristics that are, you know, innate qualities that are in myself. They're not they didn't just come out of nowhere. So it's sort of it's me connecting the dots, and you know, making me feel like I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm the best version of myself right now, I would say, and I'm always trying to, you know, chip away at it and evolve into the best person that I want to be. But it's becoming so that it's affecting the people around me, and now I just want to make my mentors, my friends, my family really proud.
What are your goals? Obviously, I feel like you've probably achieved some this year.
Yeah.
On the back end of last year. But like, what are your goals? And then like, you know, and do you feel like that there's been anything you've done to achieve those goals that people can learn from?
I think this year, in the next 6 months anyway, I really want to keep fighting overseas and keep winning overseas, because I feel like that really builds your confidence with where you sit in the world of boxing, and where you think you can go as well. So that's probably what a big goal for me in the next couple of months is when we compete overseas. Like, I do really want a medal. And obviously, as time goes on and I build that confidence, I see myself on that podium at the Olympics. Like, that's the ultimate goal, is to end up on the podium, and to do that would just be massive, not only for me but for Australia, for, you know, my family, my friends, my coach. That's just like the pinnacle. That's the goal, end up on the podium.